Hey everybody, welcome to the Cheap Seats. How you doing? I am one of your hosts, Rick Hughes, along the ever popular, ever just
I don't know who you've been talking to.
dazzling David Whitescarver, who's right here with me for guys. What's going to be a big show for us? Yeah, a lot of we got a lot of news. We got some stuff to talk about. We got all kinds of things. There's Buck stuff going on. Always is, all of the, but you know what? Let's do this, Dave. First of all, what'd you have for dinner?
Why, Rick, I was anticipating you asking me that. What I had for dinner was a chicken meatball sub with melted Swiss cheese on it. And I also had one of my concoctions, which is black beans and cauliflower rice seasoned with smoked paprika and some other things I just can't tell you. And then I also had a mixed medley of vegetables that included broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower.
Holy crap, that we should just stop the show. I mean, that was awesome. That was awesome. I think that's the winner. I really think that's the winner. I am.
What did you have
here? Hey, Christopher. Hey, Alex. How are you guys doing, guys? We got a little bit. Not a little bit of news. We got some big news we're about to talk about, and we got other Buccaneers stuff to talk about. Want to talk about the fact that there's been a lot of I'm gonna say joking going on by Gronk saying to Fournette, "Hey, send me one of your shirts and I'll wear it in the stands." Guys, I think that's a joke. We're going to talk about other players signing with the Saints. We're going to talk about some other stuff. We are going to open up the phone lines. We're going to do all of that. So, it's going to be fun. I know the Lightning are out there. Dave, I know, is recording the game, but there's no way I can not at all talk about that game, so I'm gonna have to.
Oh no, by all means, please do. I'm just recording it so I can savor every luscious moment of their game 1 win.
Well, right now,
that team to the south that we don't even mention.
Yeah, well, right now it's not looking so nice. It's only 1-0 midway, a little more than midway through the second period. 1-0 stinking Panthers, but yeah, plenty of time. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and just unpack what we have to unpack. Let's go ahead and unpack the news that we have up. Several things. First and foremost, this is a weird show. Okay, there we go. This is a little bit of a different kind of show. Because now I'm kind of a sentimental guy. All right. More than I let on. I'm usually a smart aleck, but honestly, I'm a little bit sentimental as a person. And tonight's that kind of night. I am feeling a little bit sentimental about all of this because, guys, tonight's my last show here. And it's the last night of the cheap seats, and what Dave chooses to do, Dave, this is all in your hands, and you pick the ball up and run with it, or do whatever the heck you want to do. But for now, guys, this is it. This is going to be our last night here. Absolutely have some things that I want to say about this. There are some things I want to. There are things I want to go through real quick before we get into the Bucs talk, and just please indulge me for just a couple of minutes as I go through a couple of things I want to make sure I get the chance to say, because this is stuff that's important to me on a night like this. So first of all, there are two people, really three people that I really want to thank. The first person that I want to thank is sitting right next to me here on the screen. I've known this guy since first grade. It's easy to end this show with Dave because I know that the exact same conversation that Dave and I have on a day-to-day basis is what you guys hear. I'm going to continue this banter with Dave. We've been doing it since first grade. There's not a lot that's going to change, but I will say this. I could not have a better co-host. I could not, absolutely would not. There's nobody I would rather have in that other seat than you, Dave. I've been here for 2.5 years now. Not a long time, but during COVID and everything, that's pretty critical time. And this platform has been important to me, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But Dave, I want to thank you big time, because when you came on this show, it got a lot better, and I really do appreciate that. And going back to 2.5 years ago, when I was bugging you to do something like this, and you finally broke down and said yes, I want you to know how much I appreciate it. I want you to know, dude, you're the real deal on this. You really are. And you're as far as this show goes, you are the better half. And thank you for everything you've added to this show. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Now, I want to thank a couple of other people here first. Keith, our leader, Keith, who, look, I've got to say this, guys. Keith's taken a lot of crap from a lot of people. He's more than happy to dish it out as well. But there is no person on this planet better suited to run Bucs Report than Keith. He is gold. He is the only indispensable person that has ever been a part of Bucs Report. The rest of us can come and go. Everything goes on fine because of him. And the written content, if you guys are not taking time to really check out the written content on Bucs Report, you're missing it. If you're just looking at us, Yahoo's doing this stuff, you're missing great information. And Keith, you deserve props I don't have time to give you on this show, and nothing but props to you on this. And that is absolutely the truth. You are the man, Keith. Thank you. Connie, I don't know how in the world you put up with Keith. But thank you for the when they say behind every man there's a good woman. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. And Connie, God bless you. Thank you. I seriously appreciate you, and I don't say that very often. But it's something that absolutely should be said to you, and you don't get enough props behind the scenes. You are awesome. I've made a lot of friends here at Bucs Report, and there are people that I think I have friends here that I think are going to be around in my life for a lot longer, long after being gone from Bucs Report. So I want to Matt Colson. Thank you, buddy.
Matt
Ray
from
Kennedy.
OKC.
Yeah, Matt from OKC. Ray Kennedy, brother, mad respect, and absolutely just mad respect for you. And I can't wait to see what you've got coming next. And I will be tuned into your shows, and no doubt I won't be able to keep my mouth shut. So thank you.
I can't imagine that.
Oh, by the way, Dave, do you want to know about the lottery? No,
that I don't want to know.
Okay.
It probably isn't good, but I don't want to know.
Okay. So Ray Kennedy, mad respect for you. Joshua Cole Allen, who is no longer on this platform, comes by and visits every once in a while. Joshua, you are everything that so many of the people that we've seen come through the doors and back out the doors, or whatever that we've seen, you are what they all aspire to be. Joshua, the first time you and I remember talking to you, the very first time we spoke, I remember asking you how you felt now you've got a show. Now you've got this, it's you've continued on the process and growing. I don't know a tenth of what you know about the NFL. And Joshua, I please help me not be as stupid as I am when it comes to so many of the things that I say. Thank you, buddy. You are awesome. You are a friend. Johnny Dean. Johnny, you've been a lot of fun. We've batted. Well, Dave, I can't keep it quiet any longer, can I? So much for keeping it private.
That's okay.
Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you.
The Magic have the number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
Yeah, my family had season tickets I still live in Orlando, and my family had season tickets for like the first 15 plus years. So
Todd,
so that's a big deal. Thank you.
Yeah, Todd from Winter Park is probably running around like a madman right now, excited. And I mean, he's got to be excited. But so I also, and then guys, I'm sorry, I'm taking too long doing this. Christopher Cole, I wanted to make sure I mentioned you, and I count you to be a friend. I don't just look at you as a name in the chat box. I think you're more than that. And what you are as a man and as a Bucs fan, so many people need to aspire to be. And I count you to be a friend, and do not lose touch with me, my friend. Okay, Christopher? Todd from Winter Park. Todd, I look forward to an even better friendship with you. This is the last show, but this is not the end of us talking Bucs. And hanging out and grabbing a beer and all of that, as we've talked about. All right, great memories real quick. I really want to talk, and I've had so many of them here. Now, there are so many people. I'm not done mentioning people. But I've got to hurry up because I'm boring the heck out of you folks. Andrew Filbert, we took a swing at hosting a show together, and it was so much fun. And you and I really work well together. Great chemistry. Andrew, I honestly wish you nothing but the best in whatever your endeavors are as you move forward. I want to mention a name. I want to mention the late Alex Fleming. Alex was somebody that he and I batted heads a lot when I first got involved with Bucs Report. And they say iron sharpens iron. Well, there's no doubt you would have fit that, Alex. And
it also
you are
causes sparks when it does.
Yes, you are. Yes, but it causes sparks, and that was me and Alex. And Alex, you are missed, brother. You are missed. The late Alex Fleming. Peter Blake. I want to mention you, Peter. Peter, there's with all of everything. I do want to say, Peter, when I tuned into Bucs Report, man, when I watched your show, I got interested in Bucs Report, and now I'm sitting here. So I want to acknowledge that. I want to say props. I want to give you props. I also want to give props to Harry the Greek for some serious memories there. I want to give props to Mike DeRoche. Y'all remember Mike DeRoche? Mike, Big Brisket DeRoche from Canada. I know he's not around anymore, but dang it, man, that was fun. And I miss you, brother. Stephen Glasker, miss you. John O. Barnes, the comedy, the fun, and everything you brought to this show. Thank you. Brian, the Saints fan. Thank you.
He's the epitome of what an opposition fan should be.
And speaking of opposition fans, boy, would I be remiss if I did not say I really am going to miss the banter on the air with Juan Burrow, the Jackass Giants fan. I am going to miss Juan Burrow, the Jackass Giants fan, only on the air because I get a sneaking suspicion he and I are staying in touch, and we will still be going back and forth at it while he does all of the Juan Burrow jackass Giants fans things that he does. And to him, I mean this when I say love you, brother. Mr. Williams, all the calls. Thank you so much. Ben Cornett, the wisdom, the intelligent comments. Tim Witherspoon, thank you. Alex, thank you. Alec, thank you. There are so many of you, and I've got to stop because I'm boring the heck out of all of you. But I want to tell you guys, y'all mean more to me than you know, and that's a fact. And please do not take, even though the show is ending, my friendship with you is not. All right, I have rattled way too long. Dave, anything you'd like to add?
Oh, thank you for allowing me to have a small part in all this. This has been a fantastic experience. I've been around since preseason last year, so it hasn't been a very long period of time, but it's been extremely memorable. It's been very fun. There's probably a memory I will cherish is interviewing Brad Johnson, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and feeling very comfortable doing it because of you, quite frankly, Rick. You there's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't realize that you do and that Keith does. These people don't just appear on the show. I mean, there's a lot that goes into getting someone of that caliber to come spend some time with us. It's not just something that happens. So there's a lot that goes into it. Keith is a fantastic owner, like you were indicating. That first, I mean, most of all the people who have listened to us banter back and forth. I mean, that is the show. It's not us. It's you guys.
Right.
So we've had a blast, hopefully informing and entertaining you a little bit. And it's something I'll treasure. And I never dreamed something like this could happen when Rick Hughes and I were the only two kids at Shenandoah Elementary wearing Tampa Bay Bucs garb and caught hell for it. So, so yeah, if you're out there and you went to Shenandoah Elementary, that's what I got to say. Yeah. 2-time Super Bowl champions. How's that taste? When's the last time your Dolphins won anything?
Exactly.
So I'll just end with that. But it's been fantastic, and I deeply appreciate you thinking that our decades of banter would be something other people would actually have interest in, and they have. So thank you for the opportunity and for great memories and a fun time.
Absolutely. And I do want to say all of that, and again, seriously, props to Keith. You're the man. Now, let's put all that away because it's time to talk Buccaneer football. All right? Let's get into this because this is really what I love. All right, guys. So there's been a lot of Gronk talk. Gronk, messing around, acting like maybe he's going to retire. Brady egging on Gronk, making little comments. There's been a lot of that. Guys, they're just playing around, okay? They're just playing around. They wouldn't be Tom Brady and Gronk would not be playing around like this if he wasn't coming back. All right? He's coming back. Just not right now because he doesn't want to do all the offseason, all the OTAs and all that extra crap. He doesn't want to do it. And his body probably shouldn't do it. So, yeah, he's just waiting it out. I promise it'll be some fun way that he does it and that he comes back. And get ready, guys, because we're going to have a really, really, really good year as Buccaneers fans. And it's time to be happy as Buccaneers fans. If you haven't figured that out yet 2 years into this, you're the idiot. So, stop complaining. Have fun. Now, I want to talk about the dreaded, the awful, the horrible, the terrible New Orleans Saints. Okay. Ooh. They got a honey badger. They got Jarvis Landry. Oh, no. Guys.
Who's going to be throwing to him?
Well, Jameis, but when's the last time either one of them were that great? Oh boy, hold on. We got to get this done. We have a call. I am excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that.
Juan Porro.
So what the heck, man? I mean, I finally have a decent draft. Well, actually, by our standards, a fantastic draft. And you're leaving the freaking air.
Because it's going to take you guys like 5 of them. Do you realize how many great drafts it's going to take for you guys? I mean, I'll be dead by then.
Yeah, well, I'll be dead before you. But, I mean, in all seriousness, if we're going back, I think it was 2007, they were 9-7. If I remember correctly, they lost to the Colts and Peyton in like week 3, and everyone was talking about how horrible the Giants were. And they won. You get on the hot streak, you never know what happens.
Yep.
But anyway, it's time to actually say thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the year. It was good. I wish we would have gotten together before this year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you do a much better service to your fans than me. But anyway,
I don't know about that.
It was a good year, and I appreciate the time that you gave me and the laughs that we had and the arguments to an extent.
Well, all I can tell you is there's an invitation to the Bucs Panthers game in Charlotte. If we can get you to come watch the enemy, you let me know. All right.
Well, how do you know I live in Charlotte?
I didn't say
I always said I'm from parts unknown.
I didn't say you did. I said you have an invitation to the game in Charlotte.
All right, I'll accept that one. But yes, so now the parts unknown is known I live in Charlotte.
Yes,
so anyway.
you do, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, is Dave taking over, or what's going to happen with the show?
No, this is it for this show. Now, Dave is in the midst of trying to decide whether or not he's gonna what his future plans and endeavors are. So everybody can always harass him and send him messages telling him he needs to do something. Yeah.
And look forward to.
Yeah. And if that happens, I would expect you'll harass him as well.
I will definitely make it a point to do my best. Or maybe we can have a conference call and harass together.
There you go. I'd be in on that. I would be in on that.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you do your thing. I just wanted to give a big farewell. I can't think of the other language.
Well,
anyway, great job. Great job with your listeners. And I'm not going to be anything negative tonight. However, F-Altuve, let's go, Brandon.
There you go. All right. That's
brother, be safe.
It's an excellent ending. See you later. Take care. Juan Burrow, guys. The jackass Giants fan.
He is consistent.
Yes, he is. Love that guy. I really do. I mean, I'm just, some people are like, why do you let that guy on the air? That's what this stuff's all about. Oh, we got another call coming in. We have another call. Todd from Winter Park. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Well, I'm good, but I'm sad.
Yeah.
What was going on?
Yeah, it's there's nothing bad. It's just a matter of life moves you in different directions sometimes. I mean that's pretty much all it is. It's certainly nothing negative, nothing bad. It's time. And, who knows what tomorrow holds? Who knows remember Larry King had specials pop up from now, every now and again, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So let's,
I want to tell you both something. You both have given me, laughs. We have argued at certain things, but most of the time we agree to disagree.
Yep.
That you two guys have been awesome. I have enjoyed the show thoroughly, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people that think that as well. And both of you are class people.
Well, I appreciate that, Todd. And
you, Todd,
and the show may be ending, but the deal for the beers still stands.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, brother. I mean, I appreciate that. And let me say this, and Dave, you're going to have to back me up on this. Todd, I'm going to bring this up. Todd gets a little panicked about the Saints. And Dave,
Well,
let him know it's not just me who thinks it's okay. It's all good. I get it. I understand. But these guys, Jarvis Landry and Honey Badger, are just.
Oh,
they're
these
good.
are not your parents' New Orleans Saints. These
Right.
there's no Sean Payton. And if you think that's not huge, it is. There's no Sean Payton. It's a drop off, and it's going to be a substantial one right there. Jameis Winston is going to be Jameis Winston. No longer has Sean Payton whispering in his ear.
Yep.
And the other becomes irrelevant when you consider those facts. So I wouldn't fret about the New Orleans Saints. The Saints need to be they're down looking up at us. So there you go.
I do think they're drawing at straws because I don't think there's any team out there. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate any team, but I do not like the Saints at all.
I hate him. You're a better man than me. I hate him.
Remember, Alvin Kamara has a serious charge against him.
I dislike of any team in the world.
Yeah.
That's just putting it bluntly. I don't like their fans. When I go to the games and their fans are there, I always get in an argument or almost get in a fight. I mean, and I don't back down from them. And I give it to them right back. I trash talk them too. So I'm not backing down from any Saints fan.
Awesome. Todd, I love you, brother. I seriously, and I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show when I made the announcement, but I did mention you. I did talk about you. If nothing else, go back and listen to that whenever you get a chance.
I heard it, and I appreciate that, Rick.
It's
David,
meant.
You're awesome, and I know you two are, great friends going way back. And I will always be a Buck fan for life. Yeah, I get a little crazy sometimes, and I get hyper about what's going on. But
that's the fun stuff.
I love my Bucks, man. I really do.
That's the fun stuff.
Fanatic is. Fan is short for fanatic. There you go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, listen, you guys have been awesome. I've had a great time listening to y'all and all the information you always give.
Yep.
And you're very knowledgeable. And I know you guys are Buck fans for life as well.
Oh yeah.
And go Magic. How about the Magic?
Yeah, we brought that up earlier too.
How about that?
Congratulations, Todd. Magic with the number 1 pick overall. I don't know if there's anybody coming out that is that great, but oh my gosh, this team needs a break.
Well, either the Duke kid or you got Holgram from Gonzaga, or you got that kid from Auburn, the freshman who can. I mean, he can play multiple positions. So the Magic got a tough choice. They got a tough decision to make.
I don't see Holmgren. I'm just not sold on guys that are that thin. I don't think he can fill out. But
I think we need an athlete, and the Duke kid and the kid from Auburn are both.
Yeah,
they're athletic.
Yeah, so. Dave, why don't you start the Magic report? Anyway, thank you so much, Todd. I really seriously mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for making the show better.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And Rick, I'll stay in touch with you. David, you take care.
You too, my man.
You guys are in the same city. Y'all should be keeping in touch too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in Winter Park.
I was born
Dave's in Orlando,
Park.
So you guys should stay in touch.
I go to the ale house by Full Sail a lot. That's where my hangout is. Gotcha. So David, you ever want to come over there? I see your face. You won't know me, but I know you. I know your face.
Who are you?
I'll be there, and if I see you come in, I'm gonna grab you and say, "Come on, let's go have a beer, brother."
Well, you know what? If it's okay with you, Todd, I will give Dave your number, and if you guys keep in touch, you keep in touch.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
No doubt.
Excellent.
No question.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
all you do.
Yep. Awesome. All right, that is Todd from Winter Park. Gonna miss that guy on the air, but I'm not letting him get out of here. Now we gotta add this guy. We've got to add this guy. Now, before we even get into this, I've got a memory that I want to talk about, and I'm sure Joshua knows the memory I'm about to bring up. There was a time many, many moons ago, like literally 2 years ago, when we actually were both not just on the air, but we were writing articles for Bucs Report, and the main editor happened to be on the air. It was on one of the shows. He was one of the guests, and he was having some technical issues, and we had been on the air for a long time that day, and he pops back on the air, not realizing he was on the air. He's testing his microphone while everybody's in this serious conversation, and he's in back going boom, 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 on his microphone. And I completely lost it, lost any sense of professionalism. I could not stop laughing, and I was fine until I looked at Joshua and saw that Joshua heard him, and I think we were the only people who heard this. And as soon as I looked at Joshua, I was done.
It was over.
And
it was over. As soon as I looked at you and I saw that you were dying too, and there was no regaining composure. I think we both had to stop our camera for a minute.
Yeah.
Just go like the blank screen because we just were dying. So
yeah, there was no way to recover from it. I mean, it's the one time on the air. I find it to be one of the most funny things that we did.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most funny moments. Joshua, I have a lot of memories with you on this platform. The draft, where
even way before that, when we were both just callers.
Oh yeah. I mean, way back to there.
I mean,
so, but I mean, but your knowledge is amazing, and what you did at the draft that year, I don't have words. I mean, I've never dipped a toe in waters that deep. So
it was deep, and it was thick.
Yeah, that was.
You said
that was awesome. Now, but all the fun we've had on the air, all the little smart aleck comments, and guys behind the scenes, heartfelt conversations between the two of us through good times and bad times. And yeah, dude, you are a friend. And I mean that. You're not just somebody I kind of casually met here. You're a friend.
Absolutely. I trust you with anything. You know that the conversation we had, when I was with the platform, when I was off the platform, when I'm considering life choices, you're the guy I know I can go to and you'll give me sound advice. So I appreciate that. It's bittersweet, but you're on to other things, so, I'm sure we'll still see you here and there pop up around, you can never fully be out of it, but
it's hard to get rid of.
He's been stuck with me since first grade. Dave knows it.
You know me. I still linger on the Bucs Report.
Yeah.
So a cup of Ray. I see Ray going off the rails. I'm like, let me just jump in here and save the guy. Let me get him back on track because he's making. Great points. Now he's all the way over here in China. And I gotta back to America. But no, I'm always a fan of yours. I'm a fan of the platform. I got my start here, so this is home to me. Just one less show I can come home and visit, which kind of stinks. But I'm very happy for you, excited for what the future will hold for you. You're amazing. I mean, you look at the guys. Look at the background, little in the background, the openings. You guys don't know how many openings this guy's done for us. He just does amazing stuff, and he really kind of took this and put in the time, the grind, the hours to make his shows and some of the other shows that were on the platform some of the best content on the internet right now, and so thankful for that. And
thank you.
Great. Yeah, gotta give you your flowers too because you deserve them.
What's that?
Gotta give you your flowers too because you deserve them as well.
I appreciate that. I do big time. But so let's talk Bucs.
Right.
Okay.
I wanted to bring one more memory up too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want to go back into the annals of Bucs Report history.
He said anal.
Annals. I like annals. It sounds funnier.
Yeah.
There was one show that Rick could not. Well, there's a couple shows Rick could not make, and one of those was Cooking in the South. If you don't do anything else tonight, go back and watch my fill-in for him. Rick trusted me. This was Rick's baby, right? He had cheap seats. He had this one, but Cooking the South was like a passion project that mixed two of the things Rick loves the most. And he entrusted me to take over. I remember I came in with an apron and the chef's hat, and I wrote a whole song. That was hilarious.
It was awesome.
Trusted me with that too. That was great.
That was awesome. Oh man, that's a great example of why you are what you are. When you do it right. Whatever you do it right. And that was one of those things that's like, yeah, like you said, this is my passion project, and I tune in and I watch Joshua do it, and I'm like, crap. Like, he did it better than me. Dang it.
You had a bunch of really cool, unique ideas that was on here, and kind of, you don't see it, you don't see it on anything else. So
you are so awesome.
Kudos. Yeah. You are so stupid shit Bucs fans say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't
never lack for material on that one.
No, there's always plenty of stuff. But Dave, you brought it up.
You are so awesome.
Yeah, and the ever popular
stupid Bucs fans say.
Serious memories.
No cursing was allowed on Rick's shows either. You got one warning after 2, you're out. You just dropped it from the live feed. Didn't care.
You're out of here.
That was great. So you're like,
remember, there was even a night when I purposely called I told our boss earlier in the day, I said, Keith, I'm going to the liquor store and I'm buying a bottle of whiskey. And during the show, I'm getting trashed.
I remember that.
Yeah, I could barely talk by the end of the show. I was such a mess. It was funny. It's a fun memory for me. I'll always cherish that. It was a good time. As horrible and a disaster as it was perfect.
That's great. So many good times, so many good memories. And credit goes out to Keith for letting us have freedom to do what we did with our show.
Absolutely.
If you want, he kind of gave us free reins, whether it was the Audible or whether it was yours. Just try it, whatever, throw it up against the wall. Let's see if it sticks. Just make sure you have the title put in there.
Yeah.
The show's coming down.
Do the caption right, you idiot.
Show, it's coming down. I had it happen to me. So I'm just like, oh, well, yeah. Well, have a good night, guys. Click.
Yeah. Do the caption right, you idiot.
Right.
But yeah.
Bucs, why not? Right? This is a show about the Bucs. So
absolutely, I want to talk about the Bucs. By the way, Lightning are tied 1-1. But so yeah, let's talk about the Bucs and when is this Gronk thing finally going to happen?
That's the age-old question, right? We can't go to a press conference without hearing about it, whether it's Todd Bowles, whether it's on some of the players. Cam Brate was asked about it today. When's Gronk coming back? When's Gronk coming back? I just want to tell people, stop asking. He's going to get so annoyed by the questions. He's going to say, you know what? I'm not coming back. You know what? Forget it.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing that.
He's going to skip OTAs. He's going to, come back maybe the start of training camp, maybe a weekend after the ramp-up period. We know that he's been staying in shape, working out all over the place with Tom Brady, with Derrick Henry, with anyone he can.
Julian Edelman, because my inbox was full of people telling me Julian Edelman was going to join the Bucs.
Right. So he's been working out. He's been staying in shape. He's been dropping little funny things, but this is off season and he's building his brand right now for life after football. And he's doing a pretty damn good job at it. He's always been everyone's like Gronk spike, Gronk catch ball. He's one of the smartest businessmen out there. He didn't.
Yeah. He has not spent any of his football money.
It's all been on incentives, and he's made some really good money too. I mean, he made $7 million last year.
I forgot. I have to do this. I forgot to thank the producer.
Yeah, you got to thank the producer.
I forgot to thank the producer who fired me on one of my shows.
He did.
Fired me on one of my shows.
No one knew what was happening.
Yeah, but he just came by to make sure he got his props.
I mean, Gronk's got me wanting to join the military just so I can get a certain type of insurance.
Right, exactly. I think it's close. I go back to he played really good last year, right? He missed some time, but he almost had 1,000 yards, even missing several games. So, he's still going to be there. He's not Gronk at the Patriots, 2012, 2013, but he's still a dominant, dynamic force and probably a top 5, maybe even top 3 tight end in the league when he's healthy. So,
yeah.
And the whole Brady's done after this year, right? I mean, pretty much done. We can all agree that with that much money waiting for him, everything like that, he's probably going to walk away. And
1 or 2 years. I
think just this last year, 45 has been.
I think it is too. But I do think the fact that he's going out and recruiting all these people and they're signing 3-year contracts.
I think that's Bruce Arians' esque though. to leave whoever the next quarterback is, whether it's Trask, Gabbert, or they go out and bring a veteran to leave this team in good, in a good straight. And he doesn't have anything to do with how long the contracts are for. That's the front office saying, hey, we want to give you this. And that's more of them too saying, hey, we want to set the next guy up with good players. But going in the Hall of Fame together with Brady walking in as the greatest tight end, the greatest connection, the greatest quarterback.
That's gotta happen. Those two together.
That is a huge selling point too, and like legacy wise as well. That I think he'll be back, but he's gonna skip all of OTAs. Don't expect anything soon.
No, that's what that's exactly what I think.
But they've got either 12.5 or 12.7 million dollars in cap space, so they can afford him to sign him now.
Well, that's why it's sitting there.
Bring other people in, and their draft picks are going to cost a little bit over $1 million after the top 51 rules. So, I mean, and plus they've got moves to make. Bradley Pinion didn't show up to voluntary OTAs today. Right? Well, with Carmada.
Gee, why didn't he?
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's going to save him.
What's he sore about?
Suckup will go into training camp and battle Jose Borregales. If Borregales wins that job, that's another $2 million. Ross Cockrell, D. Delaney had some big plays today in OTAs with an interception for a pick six, and then tipping a ball for an interception for a pick six. So, I mean, if he beats out Ross Cockrell, that's another 1.7. So right there between those three players, that's $4, $5, $6, and $6.8 million.
Now you're almost up to 19 or whatever. 18, 19.
So they have money to spend.
Right.
Gronk back. That's not an issue. The bigger issue is potentially Ndamukong Suh, who doesn't want to come down from his reportedly $9 million, $8 million asking price. And I just don't think they want to pay that.
Right. Now, I got a question for you. Answer this for some of the folks. Oh my gosh. And I bet your inbox is the same way. People about Honey Badger and
Jarvis
I lost his name. The receiver in
Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry. You're in, Oh yeah. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Go ahead.
Sky is falling. All of a sudden, the sky is falling. Like Jarvis Landry is going to make a huge difference. Jameis Winston's still the quarterback, guys. And they were doing great, but they had training wheels on him. Didn't let him take it off. Will they let him take it off? Who knows? Michael Thomas has been injured the last 2 seasons, hasn't played football really in the last 2 seasons. He played a few games, but was ineffective. What does he look like coming back?
When's the last time Jarvis Landry made a difference?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great possession slot guy, but that's all he is. He's not explosive. He's not going to give you much. And then you look at, Chris Olave, sure, great, but how quickly is he going to transition to the NFL? Obviously, he played at a top school against top competition, but how quickly is he going to assimilate? The defense is going to be the problem. Yeah, I get it. You got to add a guy like Honey Badger. They added Marcus May. They did lose some pieces, but they're going to have a good defense. That's not an issue. But are they going to have good of an offense to really compete? And
there's no Sean Payton. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing. Is you're going to have Jameis Winston with a defensive-minded coach. We've seen that show.
Right, but they still have their offensive coordinator who's been there for years as well. So, I don't know how much drop off is going to come from there, but there's question marks there. It's not like just because they got Jarvis Landry and Honey Badger. The biggest thing is fans are like, oh, they're signing all these people. We're not signing anybody. We haven't done anything. Well, you brought in Russell Gage, who's going to be a great number 3 receiver for this offense. Tom Brady's back. You brought in, you lost Alex Kappa, but you upgraded to a guy in Shaq Mason, who's a much better player at a cheaper number. You brought back Jensen. You brought in Gadecki, who looks like I saw him at rookie minicamp. The guy is built like you want an offensive lineman, and he looked pretty sharp and shorts and shells. So it wasn't anything, but he looks like and his demeanor, everything they're saying about him in the classroom. You got Logan Hall. You brought in players. You Keanu Neal, Logan Ryan. Those 2 guys help you on the back end. So you did bring in some players. You brought in some help. But this goes back to Rick's favorite thing. Where are the names? Where's Julio? Where are the
We got to get him. We got to get him.
We need the names. And everybody wants the names. And all the Bucs fans always want. Every team of, not just Bucs fans. I won't even single y'all out. Every team wants the names. They want the big name, big name, big name.
I've heard of him. We must need him.
Doesn't matter if the big name is hurt or passes prime or slowed down. He's a name. We want him. Give us Julio. Give us Jadeveon. We need another
Julian Edelman, who's barely walking.
The fans are like, we need another edge rusher. What do you think Jadeveon Clowney has? Someone who's never panned out as an edge rusher, but that's what they want as the edge rusher because he's Jadeveon Clowney. And
I've heard the name before.
Number first overall pick. And, while I think they probably are in the market for defensive tackle and maybe an edge rusher, I just don't see those guys as the guys they're going to go after. More like an older veteran like Sheldon Richardson or a guy like Akeem Hicks. For edge rushers, maybe you take a chance on Trey Flowers, who's coming up.
That's who I'm kind of hoping they get.
Maybe you look at Justin Houston, edge rusher who is in, I think, Indianapolis or Buffalo. I can't remember. He's been all over the place trying to win the ring. But maybe those are the guys you're looking at. Older veterans on their last leg who can give you 15 to 20 snaps a game, perhaps, as a rotational guy and who want to win a ring and who aren't going to cost an arm. Yeah. They're not getting those big name players, and I won't even, fans get excited because I still won't rule out Julio Jones if he's willing to come here on like a $2-3 million deal with some.
And what receiver, where would he fit on the depth chart?
He'd be number, depends right now because Godwin, there's question marks around Godwin. What's he going to do? What's he going to
actually be able to play?
Good. You heard Antoine Winfield Jr.'s comments about Russell Gage being like the perfect fit in the slot, which is Chris Godwin's role in this offense.
Right.
But even if Chris Godwin comes back, does he play more outside? But until he's back, you get a guy like Julio Jones. Now you're 4 deep. If Gronk doesn't come back, maybe you start to see more 11 personnel instead of 12 personnel with 4 wide receivers on the field and a tight. So,
don't say if Gronk doesn't come back because I'm going to get my inbox is going to be slammed all week long by people going, what does he mean by what if Gronk doesn't come back? What does he mean?
Right. And what Christopher Cole in the comments too. First of all, I want to offer my condolence to you, Christopher, on your grandmother passing away. But, Alvin Kamara could end up serving a suspension and Winston's still coming back from an ACL. So they might not even be there week 2. Exactly what he's saying. So, the Bucs are going to be fine, guys.
Exactly.
Be fine.
And everybody who says, but look at how difficult the schedule is. The Saints are playing almost the same schedule.
Right. And I want people to stop bringing up the fact that, they lost Marpet. Well, they have Stinney, who got you Super Bowl in 3 games. He stepped in admirably. You have Gadecki. You have Hainsey, who was a 3rd-round pick last year. You have LeVar, who stepped in very nicely and did a really good job.
And Gadecki could rival Ryan Jensen for meanness, and I didn't think that was possible.
Right. But then you go back and you look at what Tom Brady's worked with. Stephen Neal was a wrestler who had no experience at football and went on to be one of the better guards in Patriots history. Brady's release, the being sandwiched in between Smith and Jensen, whoever's in that left guard spot isn't going to be a liability, and you've upgraded the right guard spot. So everyone just needs to stop mentioning Ali Marpet. Buccaneers legend, great, definitely underrated player. Finally made a Pro Bowl, decided to walk away. He's looking super skinny now. He ain't coming back. But really, the biggest thing to worry about on offense is Godwin. What's his time frame? He's not ahead of schedule. We know that. Bull said that he's not ahead of schedule. So what is the schedule like? They won't tell us. Right. No one's going to give us a time frame on it. But that's the biggest question on offense.
But everyone needs to understand that Booger McFarland making an offhanded comment that maybe it'll be December.
That's been blown up in my comments too. November, December, Booger McFarland. Booger doesn't know crap.
Right.
You think he's
I agree completely.
He's
Dr. Booger
and training staff in here, and
Well, I think if Fournette gets hurt, I'm uncomfortable at running back. I wish they would have picked.
Rashad White looks good, man.
He better. Rookies make me nervous.
Not a running back.
This guy he's all football. He's not one of these. He's not Rojo, right? He's all football.
Rojo really makes me nervous.
Rojo's gone.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like football means so much to this dude. And just looking at him at rookie minicamp, he's built like a brick. Man,
I love his comments the comments he's making. I want to be a star. I want to be the starter. This is not a kid who's just coming in and backing down and being afraid. He's got the right attitude. And
this is a kid too. Like if you we had a good story on him, but Brianna Dix, the new staff writer for the Bucs, did an amazing piece on him and Gadecki for that matter. But it detailed he went to, he started off, he went to JUCO college, transferred to was like a community college, transferred to a JUCO college in LA where they didn't have scholarships. So he was working, 2 jobs while being a top academic while also playing football. He'd get up while other teammates were sleeping in until 10 o'clock to go to practice at 11. He was up at 4 a.m. assembling furniture, doing whatever he can. He just had a baby, and he's his why, his motivating factor of what he does. Like, this guy is just, and then you look at the body, and then you look at his hands. He didn't drop a pass in rookie minicamp the 2 days I was there, and he was just so smooth and fluid in his movements, and like he just glides out on the field. So patient too with his vision. He had a nice run today at OTA. So, man, you should not be worried about the running back position, because I think this too is going to take over that number 2 running back spot real quick from Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah,
that would not be hard to do.
I know. You're more negative about him than I am.
Yes, I am, and I'm an SEC guy. I was really excited when he was coming, but it hasn't panned out. I mean, at one point he looked like a lost puppy. He's improved, but he's not. You don't want to give him the running back keys if
he's your number 3 back. So he's a very good number 3 back. Thank you. Right?
Okay, yeah. I can agree with that.
Well, the thing is too with him, he was robbed of his first offseason, with COVID and everything like that. So it took him a little bit of time. He did make a play in those first couple of games, and then, fumbles kind of led into it. But there is something to what you're saying. His senior year, he still, he ran all over LSU and still totaled over 1,000 yards, but he ran behind the 128th ranked offensive line. So coming to Tampa when you're running behind one of the best lines in the league,
you would have thought
a little bit, but he really showed out a few games last year when he took over. He had that nice 52-yard touchdown. So I don't think. I think it could be more of a confidence issue, maybe, and I think that's why you've been hearing Bruce and the coaching staff and Jason Light really talk him up. Like he could be a starting back, he could be a feature back. Do I think that's the truth? No. Do I think he's more of a complimentary guy? Yes. And now with signing Leonard Fournette to a 3-year deal, you're probably not going to see that.
And that's why you bring the smart to the show right there. That's what it's all about, is that comment and that knowledge and that common sense, bringing it in there. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Are you all right if I bring that in, or I don't know when you have to go, Joshua?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I was going to say the bigger question marks here are on defense, though. I mean, that's the bigger question marks, because he has no idea. He's on the camera right now.
Hey.
Yeah, the bigger question mark.
I was spreading the news. I was sharing all over the place, and then I got caught.
Joshua, by the way, before you continue, Joshua, what'd you have for dinner?
It's Tuesday, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, tacos. He's got that cue card right behind the monitor.
Yeah.
He says that every time.
Yeah,
I made a chuck roast with baby red potatoes, little baby carrots, little celery cut in there that I won't ever eat. So if you like it, I'll send it to you. And down to a little bit of real milk. I could afford milk this week. It was a special day.
You didn't do anything weird. You didn't come out and say like, yeah, I made a chuck roast, and that was after I basted it in mayonnaise and Axe body wash.
No. I learned how to make pot roast from watching Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
He used to whip out the tat, and all the carrots go off, and he cuts up all the potatoes and stuff. It just goes in a pot, and they take off. That's how I do it. That's just it.
Okay, Joshua. Touchdown and Tokes says, how does Trask look?
Trask looked all right. He had a couple balls. It's first day of OTAs. Defense.
Listen to this. He's backpedaling on. This is second year, man. He's doing it already. He should be doing it already.
I don't necessarily know about that, because that first year was a complete learning. He came from an offense where he was rarely under center. So
he didn't take a snap in the first year, even in practice, really.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for that.
I mean, he got some action late in the preseason games, but it's the first week, Gabbert, first day of OTAs. Defenses always has to jump on a team because
it's easier.
You're working in, especially with Trask, he's working in rookies, Kalen Geiger, Cameron Brown. I mean, he's working with these guys, and he threw 2 interceptions. One of them went for the house. But Gabbert threw a pick 6 too. Would have been a pick 6 too. But then he had some really good throws as well. A deep bomb to Jalen Darden. He had some nice tight window throws. One of them to Kalen Geiger. So I'm not ready to say that he looks like crap. I'm not ready to say he looks great. We only have one OTA a week up until mandatory minicamp, so we'll get another look next Wednesday. And then the following week, June 1st, we'll get another week before 7, 8, and 9 will be there at mandatory minicamp. And then they're off till July 25th until training camp starts up. So Trask, it's way too early to say what he looks like. First of all, pads aren't on there, but Bowles had some confident things to say about him as well. You know, they showed good points in the pocket, and you know,
everybody does this though. The guy, he's the backup who hasn't made any mistakes yet publicly, so everybody loves him and thinks he's the hero in the future. And there are people who want Trask to start over Brady. I mean,
that I think that has gone down a little bit.
Did you see what Matt just did?
Yeah, well, you know, Matt from OKC has always been a bit of an out there.
An outlier. Yeah, I am.
The education system in OKC is not that great.
Listen, I've been watching, because it comes up on my timeline, shows from the old sports web when I'm calling in, Rick's calling in, Matt's calling in. Some of the things Peter's just like hanging up. All right, shut up.
Yeah.
You know what you get? He's like, you know what you get? This. So he clicks and hangs up on you. But no, but I think, you know, you've got, obviously we're in Florida, right? And Trask is in Florida, and Florida's got really 3 prominent teams, and you're either a big fan of either FSU or the Gators or Miami.
Yep.
So
or UCF.
Maybe some of you, like maybe
Big
like
12.
if we're cutting it up and each is 33%, the UCF is at 1%. But you know, you got like everyone kind of pissed off about it. Florida guys like, he's the future. FSU is like, no, he sucks. Miami like, we just want to have good players and good team again. You know, so it's like you got that love and hate, and a lot of people don't believe in Trask, even though Trask probably would have been number 1 overall in this draft. I really believe that.
This draft,
yeah,
there was nobody in this draft. He would have been a Pittsburgh Steeler, I bet you.
Nah, he would have gone. He would have gone probably number 2 to Detroit if someone didn't trade up for that first round pick, because we know the Jags were interested in moving it. So, you know, I think it's a wait and see, right? And it all depends on ownership too. They got the taste, right? Brady is number 1 in merchandise sales. They're sold out for the league for the next 2 years. Their season tickets are locked in. You know, they're featured on ESPN and NFL Network every day. They won a Super Bowl. They have this compete now roster. They sign these guys to 3-year deals. Do they want to turn the keys over, if it is as soon as next year, to a guy like Trask or a guy like Gabbert? Is that what ownership wants to do as well? Or do they say, hey, go make a splash? Matt Ryan's on an agent this year. Kirk Cousins, you know, this guy, that guy, you know, whoever it is, to keep us competitive in the hunt for championships, because we know that it's not going to be a quick turnaround for potentially Baker and the team did their due diligence this year. But we know it's not going to be a quick turnaround for the Falcons or for the Panthers. And the Saints, as long as they have Jameis Winston, the Saints are going to be suspect as well. So do you want to waste this time with this core with a guy like Trask to see what he can do for a year? Or do you want to bring in somebody else for another year and have a veteran guy that could potentially lead you to a promised end? And then we also don't know, too, what it could look like. What if this offense balls out and Byron gets a head coaching job? And Byron's like, all right, I'm taking Kevin Garver to be my offensive coordinator. I'm taking Larry Foote to be my defensive coordinator. And now there's huge holes at co-defensive coordinator. There's a hole at offensive coordinator. There's a hole at wide receivers coach. Maybe he brings Clyde Christensen instead of Garver. And now
dude, I'm gonna hear about this all week now. What are you doing to me?
Oh, my bad. But I'm just saying, like, the outlook for next year is so crazy that people are thinking about Trask. What's Trask like? What could Trask be? Is Trask there apparent? Bro, there's way too many variables to even look at before we even get to that. Enjoy Tom Brady's last season and don't look at the future. Don't look at the cap. Don't look at anything. Just be in the moment. Be in this. Be in this now, because it's the last time you're ever going to see the greatest player of all time play.
This guy should have a show.
Play football. Play for your team. So
this guy should have a show. He needs a show.
Yeah, this guy should have a show. He's pretty good. Hey, Frigga, speaking of guys with their own show, I want to remember the days when we used to pack this place.
Yeah,
Guests?
six across.
Let's do it. Let's add one more.
We need. Oh no.
Andrew Faubert from the frigid north, my friend. This is now Andrew. First of all, what'd you have for dinner?
Ooh. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
A&W, my friend. It was your last show, so I went and grabbed the one thing that I always knew would be good and true. A&W.
A little root beer.
Wait,
Root beer. No, I tick them off every time when I order the Coke.
for his last show, drink the syrup. Get a bottle of syrup and drink it. You have yet to drink the bottle of syrup on a show. I've been asking for 2 years now.
I took a couple of shots
I
actually
want
for
to see
you.
the
on a
bottle
couple of them.
on.
Dave right now is going, what have I got myself into?
So I don't have to man, she just left. Okay, give me a few minutes and I'll try to get some syrup here. But anyway, how are you doing, everybody? This looks
So Andrew,
Yeah.
Andrew. What? Please calm the Buccaneers fans down about who the Saints have picked up over the last week and a half or 2 weeks.
Oh. You want me to calm them down?
Yeah,
I'm actually on the side here for once in my life that I'm actually a little intimidated by the Saints here again. Not
No,
gonna
you're
lie.
not.
I am.
No, you're not.
I am. And the reason for it
an
is
unproven head coach, defensive head coach with Jameis Winston and some old guys who haven't done anything in how long?
true.
The Camara suspension, perhaps.
Yep. But there's something about it when we won the Super Bowl. It's kind of like saying the same thing again, because we're kind of talking about what we were all kind of saying back then, respectively. We did say that, the Saints have Drew Brees noodle arm in his last year and blah, 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 this, and their defense had some holes and they're over the cap space. And they've done actually respectively well of getting, kind of around a good area of cap where they can deal with it a little bit better.
More cap than the Bucs right now.
Yeah. And going forward, some of their big time, players, like franchise players, especially that offensive line. Let's not overestimate how good that offensive line is. And they're like stacked and ready to go and signed. And they just drafted another one. So, and they got a nice young wide receiver, which I was quite surprised that they were going to trade up and get. But I know it's surprised that it was actually going to be Olave that they got, but nonetheless, still a pretty good draft for them. I know Dennis Allen is, not a proven head coach, and every other coach out there is not necessarily proven.
Jameis with the defensive head coach, just saying.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily look good, but if they can get a runner, if they can get something going, if Alvin Kamara's suspension is only like 4 games or something like that, I can see them coming up later on in the season and just stealing a couple of games, even from us, because we always said before too, we're going to lose to the Saints, or we're going to beat the Saints, we're going to stomp them out, and we got shut out by them. So,
well, we're going to.
Thanks for the uplifting comments, Andrew.
Yeah, glad you came on, buddy.
You put me in the weird position because it's the one time right now, at least, that I'm in the minority here where I'm like, I don't mind what the Saints are doing, and I would even put money on them being that wild card position to.
I don't think that's unreasonable to say they're gonna, they'll be in second in the division, and I think that it's not going to be over till the last few weeks of the year. I don't think that's unreasonable to say.
No, they definitely should be in the wild card race. I mean, I wouldn't put that out of. I mean, look at that NFC. I mean,
we just need to tackle them one more time, right?
But I got to go around. Let's start with you, Matt.
Yes. What?
I got to go around and ask this. After I don't remember if it was a tweet or a Facebook thing or an Instagram thing. So Matt.
Yeah.
Is Drew Brees coming back?
You know what? I passed that around this morning or yesterday, and no.
Thank you.
No, it's Keith summed it up. I was out taking a walk around the lake down there, trying to get my old body back in shape for this upcoming season, and he comes up with this. I sent that out, and he sent me something, and it was ridiculous. And he said, "Well, this is silly season." And that sums it all up. That's why Keith is who he is. He concise, boom, shut me up. I don't have anything else to say. But it reeked of a New Orleans wanting a Tom Brady moment. And somebody in the comments in that post that I forwarded was pretty to the point. The guy has no arm.
Well, let him. That's what I said. Let him come back.
Right.
So, yeah. And what does that say? Does he regret getting the hair plugs? Does he not like not wearing pads every week? He wants to go get into that. One of the things in that article, though, said he could go into the World League pickleball tournament.
He was joking. That's the thing, guys.
Who brings that shit up?
Joking.
Pickleball. What is
he
pickleball?
Was joking. It was a joke. Dave, talk. Help.
I mean, I'm waiting for a serious question because that's not a serious question. I mean, that's right up there where the article I read that said Tom Brady's trying to win back Gazelle because, oh my gosh, he broke his promise about retirement. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's not even worth me commenting on, for heaven's sake.
Everyone's like, yeah, Tom Brady was home for a few weeks, and now just he was home for weeks jealous. I was like, get back out there. Get out.
Earn some money. Do something productive.
Our routine is all messed up since you've been back. But no, Brees isn't coming back. And one of the biggest reasons why he just had shoulder surgery 2 weeks
and
ago.
Now for our English-speaking friends.
Shoulder surgery. And he's not going to be ready till, he wouldn't be ready till October, the earliest. So what are you going to,
According to Dr. McFarland, did Dr. McFarland clear him?
Dr. Booger McFarland,
Yeah, Dr. Booger.
Yes. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Andrew, is Drew Brees coming back?
The only way that Drew Brees would come back is he would be on the sideline as some sort of like coaching consultant or whatever.
Right.
And they would somehow like get to either the last game of the season or the wild card, and something would go wrong. Like the quarterback would go down and they'd be like, what are we going to do? And he'd be like, you know what? Give me the helmet. I'm going in. And it just goes in for 2 quarters and he pulls off some like really weird.
Yeah, he's got to have an arm to pull that off. And he just doesn't have an arm.
It's just like a Peyton Manning thing where Trevor Simeon and Brock Osweiler, or whoever it was, played most of the games of the Broncos because they had such a good defense. And then Peyton comes in the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl and he's the savior and walks off into the sunset. That would be the only way Brees is ever is
1,000%.
Brees, Brees comes in, he has to throw with his opposite arm.
He's leveraging to land where he's always been, behind Tom Brady as in this case, as a number 2 analyst at Fox. That's what he's looking at.
I can't see him doing that.
He saw the Brady money. He wants out of the studio. He wants into the booth, and he wants. He's
not that good.
He's
not that good on TV. And he got a bad hair job. I mean, that thing he put on his head, it just doesn't look right.
No, it just doesn't look right because you're used to seeing him without it.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't look bad. It's just we're used to seeing him without it, so now it looks weird.
I will say Walk-On's restaurant that he co-founded, pretty damn good. Stick with that, Brees, because that's a pretty good place to eat.
Oh, awesome. I've never been there.
That's about it. That's about it, though. You're done.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. And he knows it. He knows it. There's nothing remotely serious about that. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, come on.
I got a drop in from India, a website in India yesterday talking about Adonican Sue not coming back because
Joshua was talking about that. Joshua said, $9 million. He's saying, and he's not going to settle for less. We'll see. I mean, if nobody else gives him the $9 million, maybe he will settle for less. Or maybe it'll be not
there's
guaranteed.
other people involved in this transaction that might have some say in it. So.
What do you call it? If he meets certain performance marks, like, okay, you're going to make $3 million this year with a $6 million bonus if you're breathing.
That's it.
Well, that's a
show up for 8 games.
He's such like he's so savvy in the finance world. He doesn't need to come back. He doesn't have to come back.
Right.
He just had twins. They just turned a year old. Like if he's going to come back and play, he's going to come back. And I asked him this even last year after the Super Bowl when he was still,
Okay, listen to Josh. Well, I asked last time I was talking to Adonican Sue.
I asked him how much does it finance matter to you, like to come back? Is it more about trying to run it back, or does the financials matter? And he's like, well, I mean, if you went into a job, would you take less from the job that you're doing? So like that says it all. He made $9 million last year after making $8 million. They got a pay bump last year, $9 million the first year. I don't know if he maybe $8 million, but still, the Bucs want to pay Sue $8 million for that production. They drafted Logan Hall. He was taking reps with the first team today at OTAs.
Yeah.
They want to get younger at the position. We obviously know that. They said they want more speed at the position, but I don't think Sue settles for a deal around $4 or $5 million that
Right.
they pay, that they can get a guy like a Sheldon Richardson who made 3.6 last year, or a
Yeah.
Keenan Hicks who can make $5 million instead of paying Sue even $7 million.
Right.
Take half of that remaining cap space, or having to use void years to do it. So
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Break glass in case of emergency situation, or if he comes down from his price and says, you know what, I want to run it back with the guys one more time.
You know who he sounds like? If you close your eyes, he's Mel Kiper.
Here's
swear to
Joshua.
God.
You ready? Here's the difference. Joshua was like, last time I was talking to Ndamukong Suh, I asked him blah, 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 blah. And Dave was like, well, I met this guy at Wawa, and he told me.
Imagine
He's
that.
got sources.
Imagine that Hall of Fame class. You'd have 3 Buccaneers in there, and if he does come back, you'd have Sue, Gronk, and Brady.
It would be,
Sue,
But
Sue would be a Detroit Lion, though, if he went in.
you don't go in with any team.
You don't go in it as any team,
It's
but
not
you,
baseball.
yeah,
Baseball,
I thought
you go in with a team.
Yeah, you pick one.
Oh.
yeah.
No, it's
Well,
just
like-
a bust and a video about you.
Why is
Yeah.
it that Kurt Warner is always talking about he's not a Ram in the Hall of Fame? Then he went in as a Cardinal.
I'm not sure he really talked about that, or if that's just not one of those urban
I
legends.
don't know, but that movie sucked.
Well, no, of
Was
course
it bad?
It opened against Batman, I think it was. I mean, nobody went to see
Well,
it.
everything opens against Batman. There's a new Batman movie out like every month. There's a new Batman.
Begins, Batman
Animated.
ends, Batman died, came back.
Batman, The Dark Knight begins. The new Dark Knight.
Robin was killed, but not so much on this movie, you know.
They promoted that Batman movie everywhere. They promoted the Batman movie everywhere. Little Caesars had pizzas. They had toys in the toy section. And then I watched the Batman movie. My son's like, "Can I watch that?" I'm like, "No, you can't watch the Batman movie.
No.
Not at all." I was like, "Why are you promoting this little kids when they can't even watch it? It makes no sense." But
Yeah.
The kid will be sitting in their room with their toy, like looking at it. Then they're just gonna stare at the darkness, and they're just gonna be like,
Well,
Yeah,
it was the
tuck
first
it in.
Batman. That was the first Batman movie I've ever seen that didn't focus on the gadgets.
I
They
couldn't
never
see
talked about
Batman
any
in
of
the Batman
gadgets.
movie because it was so dark.
Yeah, well, and that too. I mean,
I like the concept.
Let me
of
bring
it. It's a
Alec in
different
here because he's been
concept,
sitting
isn't
in the lobby.
it? Oh,
Hey, Alec. Alec, what'd you have
What's
for
up,
dinner?
guys?
Peter Blakeham, how long has he been back there?
Yeah, it's like Peter Blakeham. What'd you have for dinner?
Oh, I had Big ZD.
Oh, nice. Big Z.
I like Big ZD.
Yep.
I'm
He's
Canadian.
excited.
I don't know what that is.
It's noodles with tomato sauce put in the oven instead of the stove.
Who said I don't know what
It's
that
really
is?
good.
Andrew is from Canada.
Andrew.
The Canadian.
Les, what's with you freaking Canadians with
Do you
Mike
even have
DeRoche
Italian
doesn't know what
restaurants up
brisket
there?
is? You don't know what ziti is?
Listen,
What the heck, man?
It's one thing for a dude in Winnipeg, of all places, to not know what brisket is, right? I just there's so many different fast food places in the States or whatever you guys
It's
call
not
them.
fast
that-
food.
What is it? What is
See,
Ziti?
that's grandma's
Italian.
food. That's
What is
Italian
way
food?
back.
Like,
How do,
It's
what is it? How do you
lasagna, but
spell
it's
it?
in tubes.
Baked
I mean,
ziti, Z-I-T-I.
It's round.
Z-I-T-I?
Round and
Z-I-T-I.
long.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Pasta's round and long.
He's a ginger. He
It
doesn't know
uses-
what Italian
It
food
uses
is.
noodles that are
Yeah,
tubular.
wrong side of that continent.
If you were
He
like
just drinks his syrup all day.
corned beef,
Yeah,
and
holy cow, man.
what you're talking
I-
about.
I'm like-
Yeah, I know what back bacon and sausages are.
Yeah,
Is it because it's not government provided that you guys don't know how to
Wow.
eat?
Wow.
Yeah, I went there. I went there, Mike DeRoche. I went there, buddy.
I mean,
Man.
Bucs,
I
huh?
went there, Mike
There you go,
DeRoche.
Rick.
Well,
there you go, Rick.
Yeah.
It looks really nice, though.
Head smashed in, Buffalo jump.
Hey,
welcome
3-1
to
lightning.
Andrew,
Dave,
4
Dave, you
minutes
were not
to go.
around, but we did an entire segment on Dildo Canada, which is a real city.
It's true.
Andrew, how much you paying for gas right now?
Sorry?
How much you paying for gas right now, or petrol?
Oh, Buck. Okay, sorry. We here are, and listen, we're the cheapest province. We're at $1.68, $1.69.
American or that's,
Leader?
A Canadian. So if I did,
it'd be like $2. I just paid $4.50, so whatever. I'm going
It's for. Hold on,
to
is it?
Canada for their government-assisted food.
Are you 450? It's like 450 a gallon, right?
Yeah.
A gallon.
Okay. Our
Almost
equivalent to what it would be paying there is about $8.75 a gallon.
Holy shit.
For the American dollar to Canadian dollar exchange rate and everything like that. Yeah, it's something stupid that I heard the other day.
But they have nowhere to go.
$8.07. Why do you
They don't
think
even
I
have
just
ZD.
parked my car and got a
Where
new
do you
job?
wanna go?
I just enjoy selling cannabis literally 10 feet away from my house. I'm all good, but I'm all good.
He's back out on the corner.
Andrew
Back
goes.
out on the corner.
I'm all good.
Andrew just goes and hangs out at head smashed in buffalo jump, and that's that, a dildo, and that's for a good time.
I mean,
Though
jokes aside, though, like about 100 feet from my house, if you ever checked it on maps, there's like a gym, a little mall, and stuff like that. And my work is literally right there.
No, I
with all
actually
these
every
gas
time I've been to
prices-
Canada, I very much enjoyed it. I really like Calgary, or as you guys say, Calgary.
I'm going down there in July.
Nice
You can
place.
cross the border now, can't you?
I can, and I'm going
You
to be
need to
coming
come see a
down.
Bucs game.
I'm going to Detroit 2024 for the draft.
Oh, wow.
For sure. There's a bunch of us actually going for that.
On purpose?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, on purpose for sure. Alex is
NFL
it's
draft
loose,
or the military draft?
yeah, it's Loosemore's teams hosting the draft, right? It's like, you know what? Let's all go. Alec knows about this too. We keep bugging him to go, and he won't give us the whole entire answer. He's just like,
That's because he doesn't want you to come.
Well, he's
Yeah,
not
he's
sure
like,
if he
he doesn't want to be caught partying with Canadians. That's what.
What's wrong with that, eh?
What's wrong with that?
Oh man, with all this, I do hope, and if he's out there, I hope Keith joins us. I think that might be him making comments. If that is the case, I hope he please join us.
I told him we need the dude in here.
Yeah.
I don't know what other. Matt
need to do a memes thing.
Matt and
I don't have.
that comment
honestly,
was
part of the reason the show is not continuing is I don't feel like I can do the right. I'm not sure I'm doing justice to the show because I don't have the time to gather the memes and do those things that I used to do, and that's when the show was really rocking.
Don't worry, Andrew. I am going, but if I'm on deployment, you can kiss me goodbye on that one.
Well, if you guys stop invading these small little places, we wouldn't have this problem now, would we?
It all depends
We're
on
invading. We're invading.
You're invading. You're the state,
Whoa,
don't you?
wait a minute.
You just
Because
pop
I'll be
over
on-
and
I'll be
take
on-
a look like what's going over
I'll
in
be stationed at
Taiwan.
Florida
We're
by
just
then.
gonna chill over here. What's going
We're not the
over
one
in
who just did the
Ukraine?
invading.
We're always spending taxpayer dollars to send help to some other country instead of.
We enjoy spending billions of dollars on other countries while we deprive ourselves.
Billions
Over
of
here.
There's a great story. There's a great book, and then we'll get off politics. There's a great book called The Mouse That Roared about a little country that accidentally, it looked at, it said every time the U.S. attacks a country, they rebuild it and make it nicer than it was before and all of this. So their plan was, let's go ahead and let's attack the United States so we can go to war with the United States, and then they'll rebuild our nation. But they happened to do it on a holiday, and people were out of touch, and this little country accidentally won. And there's this whole story about it. It's pretty funny. The whole thing is pretty funny. It's called The Mouse
I
That
love
Roared.
going on
Great
Carnival
story.
cruises.
What?
Oh, that was random.
I love going on deployments, so don't worry, it doesn't hurt me at all.
Oh, okay. We weren't sure where
I
you
love
were
my
going with
tours.
that. We're like, how did we get to Carnival Cruise?
Yeah, I heard Carnival Cruises. I'm thinking,
Yeah. I'm like,
Carnival
huh?
Cruise?
What just
Yeah.
happened? Right.
You're not supposed to state it like that, Alec. You're supposed to be like, "Yeah, we're going out, buddy."
Apparently,
yeah.
Andrew sold
No, it's
some of
Carnival
his
Cruise.
product to Alec. So I'm not sure what just happened.
Nope.
No, Alec, you better not do that. And all of you had better keep in touch with us. The friendship
threat?
continues, guys. The
that
friendship
is a
continues.
threat. Next time I'm in Carolina, I'll buy a couch. I'll try that.
There you go.
Buy a couch.
There you go.
I need a new end table. I wanted to catch you before you gave that up. See if you could send
Well, I
me
might be
Oh,
up
that's not going
there.
anywhere.
I might be up there week. What is it? Week 6. So
Week 10.
no, week 6. Week 10 is at home. No, week 6.
You don't even know.
It's October 23rd, whatever that is.
Yeah,
we
week
know.
6. It's week 6.
Okay. Yeah.
The other
Well, if you
week.
go, dude, if you go, don't you even think about not getting together with me.
What are you talking about? Clear spot on your couch, bro.
Okay.
Ah.
Got it. Got it.
And you're driving me to the game.
And I'm driving to the game. Got it.
Driving me to the game and picking me up from the game. And
Okay.
off of the airport.
Excellent.
All deal.
Excellent.
That would be
Yeah,
a good
guys.
time.
We've run. I think this is about it. Doggone it! I wish Keith had stopped by. But let's do this one final time.
Hold on. Let's give him a call.
Oh, you're gonna call him?
No, just text him and tell him to come on.
I'm gonna call him right on.
Don't call him the Dominican inadvertently.
Call him right on screen. I'm gonna call him. Attach my right to my. Right.
You expect it.
That's
Whoa,
that's the basketball game. Hold on.
Copyright.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot.
Infringement.
What'd we just do? What just happened? Right. I'm gonna get in trouble. By the way, for everyone who doesn't know, Lightning 4, Florida 1.
Yep.
30 seconds to go.
Yep.
That's
Really?
probably how
They're
the
just
series will go.
stacking them.
Yes, they are.
It was 3-1 just a minute ago, wasn't it, David?
It was 2-1, 3-1. I jumped
That's
in
how it
with a quick
goes. Kind of
3-1,
like that.
and
2,
then
3,
How
1,
about
2,
that?
3.
What a great night.
It's
The
been
Lightning win.
3 goals
The
in the
Magic
third
get
period.
the first overall pick.
Your
And
call.
y'all are getting rid of me. Dave had a great night.
Wait. Let's just
This
all
is
leave him a
historic.
Larson
Let's just all
from
leave him a
Bucs
message.
Report.
Let's just-
Okay.
Is not available.
Rick, you start. We'll go around.
At
Okay.
the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more
Wow, they
options.
sound like that in Canada too.
To leave a
It's amazing.
callback number,
Oh,
press
not this
5.
part.
It's final. 4-1 Lightning.
What? So
Ding,
I have
ding,
2.5 years I put into this platform, and you don't even you can't even come on and say hi to me, Keith. You can't say goodbye. 2.5 years. You're just I'm out. I'm going to bed early. Yeah, I know. You're sitting on the couch with your Cheetos. You know, I know. Yeah,
Oh.
can't even do that. Fine, thanks, Dave. Have at it. Let him have it.
We'll run out of time.
I'm just so very disappointed now I can't speak.
Oh man.
Oh, this is
All right.
sad. This is so very sad. Oh,
All
my
right,
goodness.
Joshua, let him have it.
Hey, yeah, Keith, what are you doing, guy? I messaged you. You're in the comments over here. You can't pick up the damn phone. Come on the show. I mean, this is Rick's last show. What's going on here, guy? Get
Hey, guy.
something out of me. You all right? Come up there with my buddies from Southie and take a crowbar to your knees. Let's get
There
on.
you go.
Nice.
Clack, clack.
Andrew,
Oh,
let him have it.
Canada and all that, eh? You know.
That is about to get interesting.
Give him a walk-in.
Matt, let him have it.
Give him a walk-in.
Oh, I was waiting for the dude, and the dude never showed, man. I'm very bummed. Sorry.
Alec,
Can't abide without the dude. That's not
No
right.
biting. There you go.
Alec.
Hello.
Andrew, we need a walk-in and we need a golem.
I'm not really more of a threat
Oh
person.
man,
so.
you got not with my voice right now. There's no. there's
Andrew,
no-
give us a damn walk-in right now. You're not going to do that.
All right, let's do this. Let's start to close this thing down. Andrew, thank you for coming on. I'd say where do they find you, but they don't. So God bless you, brother, and please keep in touch with me. Love you.
Will do.
We'll miss you.
We'll see you again. Thank you for having me on, brother. We'll talk to you all soon.
Take care.
He's going to give us.
Go XFL. He knows
Alec, where do they find you, brother?
Thursdays on the NFL edition with Ben, Johnny, and Alex.
Thursday on NFL edition. What time?
At
Hey,
10
just show
o'clock.
up.
Awesome. Thanks for the excitement.
No problem.
All right, brother. Have a good one, Alec.
You too, Rick.
Take care. All
He's
right.
a walking. He's a
Matt,
walking
where do they
volume.
find you,
Oh,
brother?
God. Hey, Saturday night, 9:00 Eastern time, right here in the kitchen studio with Matt from OKC on Buck Wild Show, right here on Bucs Report.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. One more time. And don't you dare disappear on me.
All right, man. You guys
Thank
have
you,
a
my
good
friend.
night.
Yep. Thank you. All right, Joshua. Joshua, where do they find you? Tell them all where they find you and have at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there on the screen. Follow me on Twitter at JC Allen NFL. One-stop shop for all things Bucs, whether it's from my own thoughts, whether it's from Pewter Report, our content, Bucs content, anything Bucs related, anything the team related, player related. You can find it all on my page. It's literally your one-stop shop for Bucs content. So check it out there. And all my work is at pewterreport.com. Check us out at the Pewter Report podcast. I'll be on tomorrow at 4:00. And other than that, man, it's bittersweet, Rick. Definitely going to miss popping on these shows with you, but, definitely proud of you and what you've accomplished and where you're headed. So, you got me whenever you need me. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me, if you want to page me.
Absolutely. That sounded a little scary to me. I'm a little uncomfortable. Do we have an HR department?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Joshua. Love you. Have a good one.
Later.
All right. Dave, my friend.
Yeah, sir.
And you will continue to be. There's not a whole lot of difference with you and I. Our banter and our talk about this stuff will continue off the air. And who knows? Maybe you'll decide you want a show. You would be absolutely freaking phenomenal at that. And then who knows? Maybe I'll come on as a guest on your show every now and again. So
never know what tomorrow might bring.
That's correct. And maybe we'll have a special here or there. Maybe we'll pop on and do that. Who knows what tomorrow holds? It could be pretty much anything. Who knows? But I want to thank you guys listen, we did some good things around here. We also made some mistakes. In my 2.5 years here, I've made some mistakes. I've done, I've tried my best. I've done some stuff good, some stuff not so much, but it's been a journey. It's been a lot of fun. Most importantly, in really out of all the times we talk about stuff, most importantly, the thing we say after jabbering on for an hour and a half, the only really important thing we say is how we end the show, and we're going to end it the exact same way tonight. One final time, but this is really the whole point to us being here. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.